So I think that it's so important, one, that we have a process that, first of all, upstream minimizes the opportunity for errors on our part. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing is, when you're done, don't think I'm done. Go back and look through them and verify the signature pages in those notary certs. What's nice is usually there's not anything for them to fill out within the document. It's at the end, but go back to look at each one of those to say, oh, I see a signature, I see a date, I see my certificate, there's my signature, there's my stamp. I also, at the end, use that time to make sure, did I collect everything I need to? So if there was a payment, and I've done that where there's a check that I'm going to be putting into a prepaid postage return envelope from the attorney to send back. It doesn't happen very often, but it can happen that I'm asked to do that. More often, it might be a funding letter or some other kind of document that's between the attorney and the client that doesn't go to the trust. And I'm going to be sending that back. Make sure I got those signed. Make sure I have those when I leave. And then, of course, the big old ceremony of giving them that big, heavy binder when they don't realize that that's for them.
Can I get really vulnerable here?
Yeah.
You know, my very first, it wasn't my first living trust presentation because I had done a few, but the very first one where there was a binder, I just thought that was the most beautiful thing ever. I'm a nerd. I love thick paper. I love the binder. I love the whole thing. But I took it with me and I dropped it back off to the attorney's office. And he's like, why'd you bring that back here? It's like, oh, well, don't you need them? I didn't even understand how that worked. I was still really green in that, and that was the shift from loan signings, like Jen was talking about. We're so used to just rushing those documents back. I dropped it back off, and he's like, no. So that was a free trip back.
Yeah. Okay, Jen, anything more?
No, I think, the one part of this process that I have kept that has bled over from loan signings is my habit of doing not just one quality check, but two. Because when you first wrap up that appointment, they may still be, and I'm very chatty, so they might still be talking to me or something. And I've had to learn to look, to stop and even say, excuse me for a moment, I just need to focus on this. And go through it not once but twice to make sure that I have stamped everything, I've completed the venue, they've signed and dated correctly. So that really is the one similarity, the biggest similarity, honestly, between loan signings and trust deliveries.
And the one thought I want to leave you with this one is, you can't build quality in after the fact, right? You need to have a process that builds quality and consistency in from the way you present the documents, the process you use every time. You can't inspect it in later. We have to build it. Then we verify.